It's time for another episode of This, That.
And the other?
I'm Joey.
I'm Ian.
And man, we had a fun fucking weekend, didn't we, bud?
Jesus Christ.
So
I don't feel like I've stayed out that late probably since I was like in my early 20s.
Dude, me either. And all I gotta say is thank God I wasn't fucking driving because I couldn't have.
No, you could not have.
But yeah, so it was.
But you might have found some twisted tea if you did.
Yeah, I would have definitely got out of there earlier if I could have. But no, it was a fun. So I started off my Saturday. My son was bugging me because he wanted to go to Walmart to buy some toys because he had saved up allowance and tooth fairy money and everything. So he had $21, which when you're a kid is a fucking fortune.
You have a ton of money.
Not in this day and age anymore, as he soon fucking realized. So we're at Walmart. He's going through the aisles, and I'm like, this is going to be a great way to show him what the value of a dollar is, because he just starts throwing shit in the cart. I'm like, bud, did you look at the price of that? He's like, oh, it's only like $1. It's like, no, dude, this is $15, and you got to add tax on top of that. So I had to explain to him what tax was, all that other fun shit that you learn when you finally start spending your own money. So we get to the checkout, and he's got 2 toys. He's very excited about them. He's got $21 on him. Yeah. We check out. His total is $21.23. So he's 23 cents over. And when he rang it up, I could just see the color like leave his fucking body. And he was so distraught. And I was just like, all right, man, I can spot you the 23 cents, but when we get home, you owe me $0.25 because I'm putting interest on it. So we did
Dad tax.
So we did that. Dad tax, right? So we did that. He gets them. We go home. He runs to his room. He gives me $0.25, so we're all squared up.
Oh, sick. Nice.
This motherfucker has already broken the 2 toys that he spent his own fucking money on. Completely fucking broken them. Because I want to say 2 things. They don't make toys as durable as they did when we were kids.
Plastic.
Like, dude, these toys fucking suck nowadays, and they're so fucking expensive. But on top of that, this kid just plays rough. Like, he just twists them the way they're not supposed to be twisted. He tries to pose them in ways they're not supposed to. So they're completely I mean, dude, like, within hours, he broke one of them, like completely broke the legs off of one of the action figures on accident.
Sucks.
But
yeah, of course.
But while we were at Walmart, our buddy Mark hit me up saying that he ended up with 2 extra tickets to the Bill Murray show in Athens. Bill Murray is kind of like I guess would you call him pop punk kind of?
Pop punk, country, hardcore.
Yeah, all that shit mixed into one. And I don't know if you say their name Bill Murray like the actor, or if it's Bill Murray. Like I don't know if it's
Bill Murray. I think it's Bill Murray.
Yeah, I get. I mean, obviously, it's gonna sound like the
Bill
actor's
Murray,
name
like
when you
Bill
say
Murray.
it. Yeah, Bill Murray, but Bill Murray. You know what I'm saying?
But I think they say like Murray Nash or Murray Nash.
Yeah, it's
Murray
but,
Nation.
So the show is in Athens, which isn't far from my house. So Mark, Dylan, and you guys come scoop me up from my house. We get to the show. I've never heard a song by this band in my life. So I went in there completely blind, didn't know what they sounded like, anything. The band's fucking awesome. They were a good time. Great show. But the fun for us didn't really start until after the show because Mark, of course, wanted to keep the party going, wanted to drink. Mark's the party guy. Love him for it. And our buddy Dylan, who was the ride, told us that he's never like gone to bars after shows, that he's never bar hopped or anything like that before. So we're like, all right, dude, we're going to take you to a fucking bar. So we go to this one bar across the street and they wanted a $10 cover. We're like, nah, fuck that, not doing that. So we look back across the street at this place called Clark's and we immediately see a claw machine and a fucking skee ball machine. So we're like, all right, that's where the fuck we're going. So we go in there. We order a drink at the bar, and then Dylan just starts playing the claw machine, and we keep going after it, and it was my turn, and the claw goes down, and it grabs a koozie, and it dispenses it. I'm like, fuck yeah, a koozie. But then I notice the fucking koozie is taped shut.
White claw koozie.
A white claw
koozie.
koozie. So I open up the koozie, and there's 3 Easter eggs inside of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I open up the Easter eggs, and one of them is a free draft beer. The other one is a free shot. They call it a dragon shot. And the other one is a Michelob Ultra. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I just won 3 free drinks from this shit. So we take it to the bartender, and he's like, fuck you guys, blah, blah, just playing along. Gives us the drinks. Before I even get back, Dylan's already got another koozie out there with 3 more fucking Easter eggs in it, which is like a fucking draft beer, another shot.
I think his was like 2 shots and something else.
You got one, right? And one of them...
No, I didn't get one.
Oh. Well, one of the Easter eggs had 3 shots of vodka in it. The other one had 2 shots of tequila in it. And the other one had a fucking draft beer in it. So we it wasn't free because we were playing the claw game, but we ended up just robbing these guys of alcohol all fucking night. So it was a good time. We stayed there till last call. Then we headed home. I tried to get a Twisted Tea on the way home, but the gas station
hard. Dude.
Yeah, the gas station wouldn't let me buy it. Tried so hard to the point where like I'm in the back seat and Dylan's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm just like, "I just want a Twisted Tea." Dylan fucking busts, I'm pretty sure, an illegal U-turn to go to this gas station that we just bought. I go inside and they wouldn't sell me.
Literally
the
was like, "No, we're getting you one.
Yeah, we're getting you a Twisted Tea right now." But I mean, they wouldn't sell it to me, so I had to go home Twisted Tea-less. But yeah, other than that, man, what a great weekend.
I think it was, I had a great time, and it was my first time seeing them too, and I really have been wanting to see them since the last time they were in town, and I was genuinely bummed last time they were in town. I didn't get to see them, so I was like, I got to go see them this time. Well, the show sold out in literally like a day.
Yes.
Like that show sold out fast.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to get a ticket, and I looked at like resale tickets, and they were like $75 or something like that, or like $65. And I hit up Mark and I was like, "Yo, like how much did you pay for tickets?" And he texted back like immediately. It was like $25. Don't do that. Like, don't even worry about going to the show, dude. Like, just don't do that to yourself. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I was kind of bummed.
Dude, a $50 markup is fucking insane, but
yeah. So then he hits me up. I guess it was like 2:30 in the afternoon or something.
It was
like
early afternoon.
Like I was at work, and like I had already made plans. Like me and Shannon were gonna do some shit that night. Like do whatever. And Mark hits me up and is like, "Yo, like, do you want to go to the show? Neither of me and Dylan's wives want to go to the show. Like, do you want to go?" Like he was like, I hit up Joey. Joey's probably gonna go. Like, and I was like, man, like I have to. I have to go.
No, when I asked my wife, so we had just paid our mortgage that morning, and my wife was like, yeah, you can go, but we don't really have any money to spend. And because of Clark's, I didn't fucking have to.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but like Dylan and Mark were like,
Dylan and Mark were spotting me all night.
Anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Dylan, Mark straight up told me, he's like, you don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. And I get there, and Mark's just like, you want a beer? And I'm like, dude, if you're offering, I'm not going to turn down a free beer.
Yeah,
and one free beer turned into like 5 free beers, and then Clark's gave us all the free alcohol in the fucking world. So,
Yo, shout out Mark and shout out Dylan for driving, being a fucking champion for driving the whole night.
Yes.
Shout out for Mark for the free tickets and for just getting the dudes together for a fun ass night.
And shout out to Clark's, because once again, we shout them out later on this episode, but once again, Clark's, that bar is the fucking shit. And it was awesome because
Clark's, shout out the two homies that were hanging out there.
I wish I remember their names. I wish I could remember their names.
God, I wish too.
They both got gnarly mustaches. So you see the mustache bartender, that's our fucking guy.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
And also,
but I will say
that we were one of like 8 people in there, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, there was literally like nobody in there. But apparently, I guess it was because it wasn't football season or anything like that. Something he was saying about like how it wasn't the right season for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Athens and football season, I think as long as you sell beer, you're going to be doing just fucking fine.
Yeah, you're going to be doing business. Exactly. But so real talk, I have to say something. Because of the night that Bill Murray was on, something else happened that night. And I had to miss it. And I had a very, very strange dilemma going on inside my head and inside my body because of what was happening. Yeah. Because
social media spoiled it for you, right?
Social media spoiled it for me. And for the listeners and for the viewers, WWE Elimination Chamber was last Saturday night.
Yep.
To anybody who doesn't care, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about wrestling because it's a big part of our lives. Deal with it. But Elimination Chamber was Saturday night. And to anybody that I feel like has any form of social media, to anybody that has any, I guess, like news outlet, anything like that, and I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it for you. If you haven't watched it yet, if you haven't,
it's too late by this point. It's too late because
I'm sorry, ladies.
Even my wife, who doesn't give a fuck about wrestling, mentioned what happened to me today.
Same, dude. Literally, same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, John fucking Cena went heel.
John Cena's a bad guy.
Insane.
But on top of that, what did I tell you guys?
Everybody's Make-A-Wish
What did I tell you guys in the truck on the way?
Called it.
I called it. I said John Cena's going to turn heel this year. I didn't know that it was going to happen at Elimination Chamber, but in the truck on the way to the show, I was like, John Cena's going to turn heel before he retires.
You called it.
I called it. I didn't expect it to be this quick. I thought it was going to happen after Mania, but John Cena's a heel now.
And also, probably like one of the greatest moments in wrestling happened that night as well. I don't know. What,
Cody saying the F word?
Dude. The Rock, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
It was awesome.
Are you,
what I'm loving too is that broke
watching
the internet.
The replay,
WWE has reposted it on their Instagram and they're not editing out the F-bomb. Like, they're just letting it roll.
Okay. Now, that being said, there was some things that went into that being able to happen. Yeah, so first of all,
this was my thing. Like when it went to Netflix, when Raw went to Netflix, I was like, everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna have the recreation of the Attitude Era," and I was like, "No, you should leave that. You should leave the Attitude Era where the Attitude Era is. It's there for a reason.
Absolutely,
because I for one, I don't want. There was a lot of things about the Attitude Era that should not come back. That was just too over the top. That was not okay by any standards, especially by today's standards. But
of course,
I did tell myself, I was like, I do think they're going to push the envelope more on the things they say, and they might amp up the violence a little bit. So I was waiting for the F-bomb to drop. I'm just surprised that it took this long and happened at Elimination Chamber and not on Raw.
If you would have, and I've had this conversation with people, like, if there was one person where it was like, who do you think's going to say it? Like, who's the one person, if you had to call it to say it, who was going to be it?
I honestly thought it was going to be The Rock when he came out first time.
Cody would have never been on my list.
No.
Like, not at all.
I think I was saying Rock or Triple H were going to say it, but then it was Cody.
I was saying either Dominic Mysterio or Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Like,
Braun Breaker would have been
I was saying Dominic Mysterio. Another homie of ours was saying Braun Breaker, and I was like, oh, that could kind of make sense.
But see, this is kind of what I like, because I want the attitude of that era to come back. Like, I want the matches, because the matches and everything was great. But we don't. I just don't think you need the gratuity. I don't think you need the sexuality of the Attitude Era to make it as great. So if we can have that without the over the top bullshit that was involved in it, then I think it's going to be great. And I think I think that's kind of what they're pushing for right now.
I think so too. And also, if you look at it, like, we do have one major factor, I guess, being positive in the sense that I don't think it's going to get to the point that Vince McMahon did it. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't think Triple H would ever let it come to, like, or even let half the shit that Vince McMahon did fly. Like,
I don't know, dude, because
I mean, they're gonna push the envelope.
Well,
they are going
to. If you look back on the shit that Triple H was doing back then, he was definitely,
dude, he's fucking Vince McMahon's son-in-law. Like, yeah, of course, naturally, like, he's gonna do what his fucking.
But I just think
boss / father-in-law / whatever else.
I think they have a better writing staff in the sense of they're not worried about boobies and offensiveness. They're not like, oh, what can we do that's so offensive? Let's push the envelope. Let's have a nip slip. So they're not doing all that. Like,
no.
It almost brings this. I like when you see them and you don't know if that confrontation they're having is real or not. When they bring, like, when Seth and Punk are fucking going at it, I feel like they genuinely fucking hate each other. I don't know if it's kayfabe or not. I still, because they've been so good at keeping it in, like, candid interviews and stuff that they fucking hate each other. They could be best fucking friends behind the scenes, but they are so good at playing this that I genuinely think those guys fucking hate each other. And that's the kind of wrestling storytelling I want. I don't give a fuck about all that other fluff bullshit and all the bra and panties matches and shit that were happening back. I don't want that in wrestling. What I want
people, I don't think a lot of people want that.
No,
anymore.
What I want is I want to feel like these two motherfuckers hate each other and they got a score to settle. You know, that's
men or women, men or women,
like, men or women, absolutely.
And let's be real,
the women's division is fucking insane nowadays. This is the greatest era of women's wrestling I've ever fucking seen.
Dude, the women's elimination chamber,
amazing.
I would say
amazing.
incredible.
Amazing. And
Incredible.
they picked the right talent for that match too, because
they beat the hell out of each
yes,
other.
every female in there was fucking phenomenal, dude. That was
And
a
the
great
comeback,
match.
fucking Jade Cargill coming back to.
Yeah. See, to me,
no, is
to
it Naomi?
me, but to me, that was more unexpected than the Cena heel turn, because I just knew Cena was going to turn heel at some point. I did not know Jade was going to go after Naomi like that. That was, and the way Bianca played it, oh my god, perfect, Oscar
And dude,
worthy.
I've watched all these videos on the internet about like people like, oh, but did you notice that Naomi and Bianca were wearing all white and Jade came out in all black? And if you notice, Liv was wearing all black also, and like all these like weird, like people just throwing fucking stories around. Like
every bit of that was great. Like the way Liv was acting when Jade was coming out, the way Bianca was acting when Jade went after Naomi. Every part of that, it was perfect. It was so soap opera.
It was great.
It was everything that wrestling should be, and that's what women's wrestling should be.
Great storytelling.
It's like fuck the attitude era of how they did women's wrestling. There were some good moments there, but where we're at right now with women's wrestling in the WWE, that's what women's wrestling should be. It's a respectable form, and it should have always been that way. And looking back, that's why there's so much of the attitude era I don't want to exist anymore at all, because the female division now is top tier. There's a lot of times where these women out wrestle the men a million times to one.
A lot. A lot.
So many fucking times. And I'm so glad they're finally getting the respect they deserve. They're finally getting the outlet they deserve. Finally getting the main events they deserve. Like it's fucking awesome. Women's wrestling is so good right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And on that note, I will straight up say, shout out Tiffany Stratton for being one of the most insane women's wrestlers of all this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for also like having one of the greatest swanton bombs, I think. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen something like that since like early Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Like her swanton bomb is incredible. But also on the note of Tiffany Stratton, 100% fuck Nia Jax. She is a terrible wrestler. She does not need to be allowed in the ring. She botches multiple moves in multiple matches. Nia Jax does not need to be in the ring. I don't give a shit if you are related to The Rock or not. You are putting people's lives at danger. Stop.
Oof. What a hot take from Ian. Damn.
Sorry.
I hope that...
not a fan of Nia Jax.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Fine.
Well, hopefully she doesn't ever want to come on the show, so we probably just lost
bring
that
her.
one.
I can ask her, why does she do this, and why does she put multiple people's lives on all the time?
Well,
I guess I was going to say she's great at selling moves, but she's not even good at that, so
damn.
Sorry.
All right. Well, this just took a turn.
Botches that, too.
All right. Well...
Sorry.
Right. Well, now you know how he feels about that. Nia Jax, if you're listening to this, I don't have a problem with you. You know. I think you're great at what you do.
Watch more matches.
But yeah, so moving on. Sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry about that. That was great. Good job. But anyways, yeah. So today we were joined by Arizona, who we've been talking about getting on the show for a while. It's a lot of fun. He's such an interesting fucking guy. I never know what the fuck I'm going to get with him. I don't even know how to approach him sometimes, because you can ask him a question. He's not going to give you the direct answer. You're going to go on some like philosophic rant, and he'll get to the answer eventually, but it's going to be answered in a very, I guess you could call it the Arizona way.
I mean, that's why I feel like the conversation went the way it went, is because it was just fully organic, and we were just talking about whatever, like having a natural conversation with just one of our homies,
Yeah.
So and I think it went good.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what this episode is. So hopefully it's entertaining enough for all of you to listen to. I'm sure going to listen to it a few more times back to see if I can quite put my finger on what exactly did we just fucking talk about. But anyways, all right, man, here we go. This is our interview with Arizona.
Yo, I got notified.
Oh, so now you know we're recording. All right, well, everybody, this is our buddy Arizona Zimmerman. Arizona, I hope you're doing well. Actually, I'm gonna do this. How would you like to introduce yourself to the world? How do you want the world to be introduced to Arizona Zimmerman?
I was hoping that you would do this, so I wouldn't have to do this.
No, this is all you.
So I'm a dude. I make pizza. I like to draw. I like to talk.
And ever since I've known you, you've been making pizza. That's actually how we met. How long have you been making pizza?
So it's been a little scattered. Um, I first worked at Mellow Mushroom in Rome.
I worked at a Mellow Mushroom. I worked at the one downtown by the W off of Ivan Allen.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's where that's like the Georgia boot camp for pizza guys.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Mellow Mushroom
Well,
in general, yeah.
yeah, I
I've
mean,
met,
it's like,
dude, being in this business, you meet a lot of dudes that have been like Mellow Mushroom, like
Yeah.
straight, like, oh yeah, I did like 5 years of Mellow Mushroom. I did 10 years of Mellow Mushroom. Like, very,
When we
very
were
common.
growing up, there was a Mellow Mushroom in Peachtree City, and I almost
Yeah.
worked there. I got a job offer to work there, but I already had a job, and then they talked me into not going there. And then the second I moved to Atlanta, that's immediately where I started working.
did you guys have any notable objects inside of your Mellow?
It was fucking huge, to the point where there was like kind of like a wooden high rise in between the booths, and that's where people would perform like open mic night and shit like that.
Oh,
And
whoa.
we had these big ass fucking iron doors on the outside that we would lock and close every night with the big mushrooms on them. And then ours had like a upstairs conference room that was fucking huge with like desk chairs and a big
We
ass
had that
table
kind
and
of thing
TVs
too.
and shit. Yeah, Ti came in there one time. He's a very good tipper, by the way.
Ti
Ti and Donald Glover came in there. I got my picture taken with
Ti
Donald
is a
Glover.
great tipper, but there was that one time that Killer Mike went on TV during
Yeah.
the Black Lives Matter protests, and he spoke so eloquently. And then Ti came on, and like, I love you, Ti. Like, I'll go see your stand up or listen to your rap, but that was crazy. It was not a good comparison.
Yo, also, shout out Ti if you're listening. Thanks, dude.
I love you, dog.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Yeah.
mad respect.
No, not only
Thanks for tuning
he,
in.
he tipped the server very well, and then he left, and then like 10 minutes later he came back without his entourage, just him, and he shook the server's hand again, and I think he tipped him more on top of it.
That's
on
sick.
top of the
Wow,
tip he
what
already
a
left
dude.
him.
That's right.
Yeah, no, it was fucking badass, and he hung out in there for hours. And anybody, and also fucking Chicharito, the fucking Mexican soccer
no
player.
shit. What?
Yeah, they Mexico
That's
was
dope.
doing an exhibition at I guess it was the Georgia Dome at the time, and they were all staying at the W. So like I don't know what the fuck is going on, and there's this crowd of like 400 fucking people outside of our restaurant, and all the Latinos in the kitchen are going crazy, like standing at the expo window staring in, and then here comes Chicharito. What's his real name? Juan Hernandez. Javier Hernandez? Javier.
I have no idea.
Javier. He came in there
Gotcha.
with his wife and his kid, and like people from outside were running inside to get their picture taken and everything with him. The people were leaving the kitchen running up to him, and it got to the point where our GM was like, "Hey man, if you want, you can like duck off in the conference room upstairs so you can be by yourself." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And anybody that came in wanting a picture and autograph with him, he stood up, came out of the booth, took his picture. He was fucking awesome.
That's sick. That's sick.
A man of the people.
Yeah, Chicharito
Right.
is cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So
I like that, and I'm gonna be so I got my Falcons hoodie on right now. It's the
Yeah.
ATATF edition. But shout out KO from ATATF.
yeah.
I like soccer, like I'm cool with soccer, and I want Atlanta United to do well, you know? But there's one thing that I care about very deeply, and that is the Falcons getting a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I mean, United got one. What, their first or second year? Was it?
They
actually
came
their
in
first year?
immediately. Yeah, I think it was their first year,
immediately.
which
And,
is
like,
incredible.
Did y'all
love
hear
soccer
about
too, but-
this last United game that happened? I guess set the record number amounts of like gate tickets sold. I think
Oh,
for
really?
like any American soccer league like ever. Like
See, and that's awesome. But if I tell you that
apparently
the
it's sold
Atlanta
more
Falcons,
tickets than like a Falcons game. Like it's wild.
yeah,
Dude,
if
in
I
all
tell
honesty,
you that
it's
the
not
Falcons
hard
are the
to sell
greatest,
more than the Falcons right now, to be completely honest. It's not. That's not impressive to me one fucking bit. Just being real with you.
in my 20 season season ticket holder, my dad is. I've been going to games with him forever.
Yeah.
We've been in there. We're on the 50-yard line, third level, right on the fence, best seats in the house. You can see me leaning over the rail and screaming sometimes.
Sick.
yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, and you're hard to miss too. So I'll be looking for you.
I'm good looking, I'm tall, and I'm loud.
Yeah.
So
And that's all you got to be to make it too, you know?
all right, dude, since we're talking about pizza, Ian,
Yeah.
you work at Pizza Jeans, right?
Not Pizza Jeans, Lucas.
Lucas?
Lucas.
Lucas. So you changed
Luca.
jobs or they changed names?
It's essentially like the sister company of Pizza Jeans,
Okay.
but it's same owner. Just I guess maybe because it's in like a different one of those like eatery things, he changed it up a little bit. But it's essentially they do Brooklyn pizza out of a Neapolitan style pizza oven.
Wait, what is like specifically
Cool.
Brooklyn pizza?
Brooklyn, New York style Brooklyn pizza.
So
like
there's not a
that.
difference between New York style and Brooklyn style. You just call
Okay.
it Brooklyn.
Look,
Uh,
I'm not. I'm
No,
not trying to
this
get
is a real
shot
question.
over
I'm being
some
genuine.
shit. No, I
think
don't.
Brooklyn
honestly.
style is original. I mean, I don't.
Does that mean
dude,
it's like wood fire or some shit?
I'm
Is there
trying not to
a
say
specific
something
way
that
to
I'm going
cook
to
it?
get like hammered for, but I
That
believe that
is
Brooklyn
exactly how
style
I feel.
Yeah.
I believe Brooklyn style. The
No,
first
dude.
time
I
ever
feel
saw
like
it
in this
was
case we
like
need to
on a
get hammered for
Domino's
it
box.
if we get
Then you
corrected.
have New
No,
York
dude.
style.
Dude, anything that's
Okay.
made by a pizza chain is not gonna be fucking correct, dude. It's not. Like I ordered, we don't have much out here, so I ordered Papa John's the other day, and it was New York style. It wasn't even fucking thin crust, dude. No, like
I just ate a
I'm not gonna
Newman's
trust
Own.
what. No, I'm not gonna trust what Domino's calls Brooklyn style.
Yeah, that's true. The but Domino's does do this one thing that is like almost it's like a pizza and then it's kind of shaped like it, but it's like their pan pizza, and I get it with Alfredo sauce and spinach on it. And
Ooh.
dude, it's
I don't
just
know,
because
man.
of the chemicals,
I'm
and
prone
it's
to
so
like
good.
if I'm ordering Domino's, I'm just getting the thin square cut pizza. That's all I'm fucking getting.
Black olives.
I don't like olives.
Ian
dude.
does not like olives.
No,
I fucking hate olives.
My wife
dude.
does, but I do not.
Ian makes a
No.
Yeah.
supreme pizza. He's like a couple olives, and I'm
No,
like,
no, my wife's the same way. She'll buy like she'll buy those what are the pimento olives and like eat them out of the fucking jar. She loves
yeah.
that shit. I can't
Yeah.
stand
dude,
it.
all kinds, dude. Green ones, pitted ones. The pitted ones are the best because if you take the pit out, obviously
man,
you're messing
but
up the product.
In all honesty, I'm not the best person. I literally have the taste buds of a toddler. Like I'm the pickiest fucking eater there is. I don't even like that many condiments, dude. I just started eating mustard this year, dude.
I
What?
really like mustard on a biscuit, dude. Like sling blade style. Just
I
a
don't know, dude.
biscuit with mustard.
Dude,
don't
my
know,
shit
dude.
used to be back when I ate meat, like a ham and mustard fucking biscuit. Or like some cheese, even some cheese on there.
Dude, for the longest time, the only mustard I would eat was the honey mustard at Midway Pub because that shit was fucking amazing.
Dude, Midway Pub back in the day, fucking chicken
Yeah,
tendies, dude.
Yeah, they had the best fucking
They
honey
have
mustard I've
veggie
ever had in
ones
my
too, or
life.
they did for a
They
while.
had veggie corn
Really?
dogs. Veggie corn dogs.
Oh,
I think
sick.
they've like changed it over time. So like for
Yeah.
a while they were doing a lot of hot dogs. I don't know if they
Mhm.
still are, but they had like foot long veggie dogs,
Yeah.
which I have never seen
Oh.
before.
Yeah,
That's
back
crazy.
in the day when my
So
wife
good.
and I we lived in Decatur, but like on the north side of Decatur, so like Little Five in East Atlanta wasn't that far from us, and we used to go to Midway for brunch every single Sunday for like a year straight. It was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's
That was
great.
before it changed. Their brunch wasn't the same the last couple of times, and I get it. Maybe it was new ownership, or maybe it was just the post-COVID trauma. But like last couple of times we went there, brunch really wasn't hitting. But for a while, we were there every fucking Sunday. It was awesome.
And also, it's probably not the same people in the kitchen.
Probably not. No, probably not at all.
Yeah,
I've met some of the kitchen guys over there. Pretty nice. But it's a great place to go watch Falcons game. Like
Yeah.
not
And
if
they
you're
have,
in like
they have a
super
great
zoned
fucking
in, but
beer
like chiller.
selection too, dude.
Yeah, they have good beers.
I remember
always
when I
just get, like, a
first
High
started
Life.
going to Midway back in like 2009, 2010. They were the only bar I'd ever been to that had Monty Python's Holy Ale, and they only had it for like a limited. I'd never saw it again there, but that was the only bar I've ever been to this day that had Monty Python's beer in it.
Sick.
I
That's
know
nice.
that beer, but I've never had it.
I mean, it's just a beer. It's nothing special.
It's just a beer.
It's just a beer. Yeah,
Just
Yeah, I've
tastes
been
like
drinking
beer.
IPAs, man.
I'm not an IPA guy.
You didn't
dude.
expect that from me.
You've been
But
living
now
in
I
the
work in a
suburbs.
What are you
brewery.
talking? I completely expect you to be an IPA guy. You look like an IPA guy.
I look like an.
Nothing about you drinking IPAs is surprising to me.
What
at all.
about now?
No, you look like Sweetwater 420 in human form.
Damn, dude. Shout out Sweetwater. Shout out
Yeah.
Sweetwater. We'd
I mean,
love
we
to
gotta-
come
we-
talk.
We
I'm gonna
gotta
talk.
call
This
out
isn't my podcast.
all the Atlanta companies we fuck with heavy. You know, and the thing is, I'm not an IPA guy, so Sweetwater doesn't have very much for me. But you know, Hell yes,
I
my
work
boy.
inside of I work at Glide Pizza inside of Intervoice Brewing,
Yeah.
and their IPAs have kind of changed me. They've made me like IPAs a lot more. I drank them when I was 19, 18,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 17, trying to be
Okay.
cool, stealing them from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I drank nothing but PBR and Miller High Life for like a decade.
Yeah.
Burnett and Jameson.
See, like I'll say this till the day I die. Like I don't care if you think it's a good beer or not. At the end of the day, an ice cold High Life in a glass bottle is the greatest beer in the world.
There's something about like most of the like probably 70 less than that. Maybe like 80% of the time you open up a High Life, it's like
Yeah,
okay, cool.
and
But
it goes so fucking
sometimes,
fast too. You know.
dude, sometimes you just have one at the right moment. It's like that beer moment. You've been
Mm-hmm.
waiting all day. You pop a High Life and you're like, why does this taste like it should cost $30 right now? Like every other one I've ever had doesn't taste this good.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just amazing. And I guess that's chasing the dragon, man.
Well, dude, if you go to Clark's in Athens and play the claw machine, you can get some $30 beers for free.
Yo, shout out Clark's in Athens.
Shout
Clark's
out
in Athens,
Clark's.
like the burger spot?
No,
No.
the bar
No.
that's right by Georgia Theater. We'll talk about it in the
It
intro. We had a
was a
fucking blast
burger
there.
spot for a minute.
Oh,
It's right
okay.
across. It's
They
right
might
across
have
from the Nowhere
burgers.
Bar. Right across from the Nowhere Bar.
The Nowhere Bar, dude.
Yeah,
Excellent, excellent place.
yeah,
We almost went there, but there was a $10 cover.
yeah. There was a
charge.
$10 cover, so we said no. You know.
So we
And
walked
then the
across
lady
street.
got mad at us that we said no. We're like, we're not giving you $10 to come see a cover band. Sorry.
Yo, but for real, shout out Clark's. Those dudes that were
Yeah,
working
Clark's was
that
fucking
night.
awesome. Yeah,
Cool
yeah.
dudes.
Clark's was legit.
Solid dudes.
We'll get into that later. But
Oh, a setup.
but anyways, yeah. So yeah, all over the place. So you grew up where? Where'd you grow up? Rome, you said?
So I graduated high school in Rome.
Okay.
Moved there when I was 11. Before that, I was in like Alpharetta, Roswell. I moved around a bunch
Yeah.
as a kid.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, I personally was unplanned, and so was my whole family. So, like, my parents were together for 10 years. It didn't
Okay.
work out very well, but they were like, they were figuring it out. You know, we were doing it live. So
Hmm.
we started off somewhere in Decatur, moved out to Kennesaw. Then we moved to Sandy Springs, and then we moved to Alpharetta. Um, and then they split up. My mom moved me to Rome. I
Okay.
was like, why are you moving me somewhere that is so old? Why would you take me here? And then on the other side of it, I grew up there, graduated high school, absolutely love it. I'm like a Rome
Mhm.
nerd all the time. I bring it up constantly.
Okay.
Facts.
So of those places, Rome was your favorite spot. Like Rome is home to you.
Yeah, that's like that's like my kind of defining yeah, that's my hometown.
Yeah, that's kind of how I always put it with because I grew up. I moved a lot when I was like a little kid, but I kind of feel like growing up is where like your adolescence and like all that comes up, like where you go through puberty and learn to drive and have like a really close group of friends and get into trouble and have like your biggest memories. I feel like that's where you're actually from, if that makes any sense.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, so now I got to talk about Athens too, because I left Rome and I went to Athens for 10 years. So
Okay.
my dad lives in Athens now.
Okay.
So, I kind of get two homes, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out having divorced parents. What's up,
Yeah, dude.
millennials?
All of us, all three of us, baby.
Yeah, boys.
But yeah.
I literally just came here so I could start talking to you about my dad. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, open up, dude. I'm glad we're all sitting down.
Yeah, dude. I might stand up. It's gonna get heated. Um, but yeah, Rome was cool, dude. I like how you should feel. I don't want to sound like this is gonna sound a little privileged, I guess, but I hope that everybody feels like they're growing up in their adolescence is like a fairy tale that they personally got to live through. And I feel like I got that in Rome, in like an old
Mhm.
Georgia town, going and jumping in like the reservoir in the lake and going to the river and just like doing stuff that people have been doing for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's cool.
And
Well,
Athens was that for drinking in my 20s. It was the fairy tale of
jumping into
alcoholism in
the
your
Well,
20s.
see, now,
jumping into the
Athens-
reservoir of beer.
Athens
Yes.
is a really different place because I now live like 25 minutes outside of Athens, and I've never really hung out. And Ian went to Athens for the first time this
In
weekend.
many years. Not
in
first
many
time
years.
ever. Not first
Well,
time
all
ever.
right,
Just
listen,
I
I
always
don't-
kind of explain to them. I try to tell them that like during the school year and during like summer and winter break, it's completely different because the population of Athens dramatically fucking drops once all the college kids go back home. So
Summer is the time.
yeah, my wife and I have gone there in the summertime, and it's like a fucking ghost time. You go there this time of year, it's packed like sardines.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, just like I'm gonna try not to be too much of an enemy of progress here, but as the world goes on, the cool, dingy, disgusting bars that I love seem to like close and be replaced by like nicer things
Yeah,
that
it
get filled with
sucks.
like college students and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like when you're going during the school year, you're getting a lot of like that part of Athens. I'm not trying to diss the football thing. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, but when you're in the summer, you're with a little more of, maybe like
Yeah.
the people that would have hung out with the REM guys if they had grown up at the same time.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean, I always try to like when it's big towns like that, I always try to find the more, I guess, local spots. Like even when I go to Savannah and stuff, I got a cousin who lives down there. And I'm like, no, take me to like where y'all hang out when all these fucking people aren't around. You know what I'm saying? Like I always like those areas better. The more authentic, local spots are always what I prefer
Authenticity,
to hang out.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big driver.
Yeah,
I
I feel
have a
like, I feel like
quote that
that's happening a lot, especially in Atlanta too. We constantly talk about it on this podcast about how like
Mhm.
all these local places and all these places have shut down after all these years that were essentially a part of all of us growing up,
Mhm.
like bars, venues, whatever.
And it's not
it may
even that
be.
they shut down. A lot of times they move to a new part of town, and it just
That
doesn't
too.
have the
Yeah.
same. It doesn't have the same lungs though. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same vibe.
same place,
Yeah.
Like and like I love the masquerade. I love the people who run the masquerade. I love the crowd they bring. But at the same time, it's just like you're never going to replicate the moment of going into that old warehouse and fucking
Hell
seeing the
no.
shows there.
No way.
That's true.
No way.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
so
essentially,
we're
like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're just experiencing a crazy rapid pace of growth compared to other places. So it's not even like maybe necessarily that some of the places are doing bad. It's more of like it's like a shedding. You got to be
Mhm.
able to like catch up and adapt and modernize really quickly. And I think some of the things that we hold near and dear to our hearts is all the places that didn't do that,
Mhm.
and that's why it didn't end up working.
Yeah.
I was trying to drop this quote a second ago, but I've been thinking about it, and it's convenience is the death of authenticity.
Okay.
For sure.
Slow down and just try to do it for real whenever you have an opportunity.
I can get with that. That's very Damn,
Wise
I wasn't
words from
expecting you to
AZ.
drop some wisdom tonight. AZ.
Have you
What else do
ever
got,
taken
man?
a bowl? Have you ever put heavy cream in a bowl and made whipped cream with a whisk with your hands?
Nah, I
It takes
just
like
called
8 to 10 minutes and it sucks, but you should do it.
I'm good.
That's
You
what
know?
it's like to be a line cook.
Or just put it in a KitchenAid and
Yeah, that's what I can do. See, convenience is the killer of authenticity. There
But-
you go.
do not get me wrong. I have done
It's still
what
going to be good.
AZ
Either
has
way,
says.
it's going to be good.
I have done that a lot.
Yeah.
Also, okay, here's where it's real, okay?
hmm
Look it up, make the pie crust. I'm not talking pizza pies. I'm talking like a
any
blueberry
type
pie.
of pie. Yeah.
Yeah, make your pie crust. It's fun and it's
Yeah.
delicious.
I feel like if you're able to and you have the time and everything like that, you absolutely should. But other than that, just buy the fucking pie.
Yeah, people always say, "Oh, it
Convenience.
tastes just the same,
Yeah.
dude." It's not. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
I'm not really that big of a pie guy either. Like I said earlier, I'm picky to a fault, even with desserts and shit.
Pot
like there's
pie?
so much. Depends on how
I
many
fuck with pot
vegetables
pie.
are in it.
Dude, you're overstepping a line here, Joey.
Possibly.
Everyone likes pot pie unless you're gluten free.
Nah, I mean I like pot pie, but I'm particular about the brand of the pot pie and
Do
where
you
I
like
get
peas?
it from. I don't hate peas, but I don't love them. I don't want a fuck ton of peas in my pot pie.
You don't got like the teeth like you love peas.
Wait, there's pea teeth?
PT.
That was a British people joke. What up?
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Oh,
shout out
God.
London.
Okay.
Shout out London.
Hell yeah. All right.
Dude.
Do you
What
guys
are we
like
So
doing?
my,
I was gonna
um,
mention before that. I was gonna mention over the past like few years recently, like I'd say within like the past like 4 years, I've recently gotten into pecan pie. Like I've like never in my life have I really been a fan of pecan pie.
I don't like it, dude. It's some weird filling to me. I don't.
That's
the
sort
only.
of, so that's what used to fuck
Yeah,
with me back in
I
the
don't like
day
it
was
either.
that. But as of recently, yo, not even kidding, Cracker Barrel,
Mhm.
chocolate chip, pecan pie. Woo!
I don't know, dude. The
That's the
only
most
like
Jordan thing he's ever said.
the only dessert pie I like is pumpkin pie. I fuck with pumpkin pie hard.
See,
Yo, that's
That's
it. That
about
one's
it,
like
dude.
that's like all the creamy. I mean, I
yeah,
like pumpkin pie,
Yeah,
but
but it's good. It's good.
texturally,
My buddy,
Yeah.
my buddies, Sean and Eric, their mom Alicia makes the greatest pumpkin pie in the world.
dude. But even
Shout
so,
out
like I feel
Alicia.
it needs.
Shout out,
yo,
dude.
shout out Alicia.
Every Thanksgiving, she makes me one. She hits me up and lets me know that there's a pie specifically for me.
Hell
I
yeah.
often tell people that if you don't want me to come to every Thanksgiving for the rest of your life, don't introduce me to your aunt or your mother.
Watch out.
Okay, and
mothers.
why? Are they your new best friend every time?
I'm great with women over 50. I kill it.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Hell
isn't
yeah.
a romantic thing. This is like
No,
a
no,
friendship.
not at
Like
all.
I'm
That's
just,
just
a,
like
I'm just a
yeah.
chill guy.
No.
That's like who you have the most, common ground with is women in their 50s.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
What is it
they
about
just
them?
want to have a
What-
good
what do
time.
you
I
think
just want to have a good time.
How is it that you find the charm to women over 50? Like how do you corral
Well,
them?
what you do is you, in a non-romantic way, okay?
Yeah,
You flirt a
purely
little bit.
platonic. Purely
You
platonic.
platonically flirt with them.
Right.
Because look, this is how it works. If you're not sort of every conversation is kind of flirting. If you think about like
So you're flirting with me right
sexuality,
now.
it's not like you're not like in a box, but you're on a scale
Okay.
of sexuality. So every
Like a
conversation
spectrum.
is on a spectrum of how much you're
spectrum.
flirting.
Okay.
You're either holding back or flirting and opening up.
Where are we sitting in this spectrum right now?
I would be sitting in your lap if we were in the same room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've got a sturdy lap, so hop on, big boy.
Dude, everything about you is sturdy. I'm saying that wholeheartedly. You are a sturdy individual.
Dude, he sucks to work a line with. Like the
Dude,
motherfucker,
Yeah,
the
don't
motherfucker
walk into
doesn't.
me, you'll fall down.
No, you're not moving shit. He might be
Yeah.
short, but like it's a fucking wall.
Yeah. That is a
shout
downfall.
out-
I am pretty short, so
There's too many, I don't want to work in a whole kitchen full of dudes that are the same size as me. It's just not good. I like working with
awkward.
guys like y'all,
so
not
diversity at its
6 foot
best.
tall
you know?
dudes.
You get Josh back there who's like 6 foot a billion.
Yeah, but has the reach of a maniac. Can literally
Yeah.
just like reach across the whole thing. Like, yeah, I got that. Hold on. Like,
Yeah.
you're good,
Yeah,
You're
dude. Josh is
good.
God. Shout out Josh.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Josh.
That's our buddy, dude. I miss Josh. I miss all those guys. Josh,
That's the crew.
Patrick, Charlie, all my boys.
All the juniors boys.
There we go, baby.
Shout him out.
Dude, and
There's a
Bo, I
reason
listened
we're
to you guys
doing
talk
this
to
thing.
Bo.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out Bo. He's coming to town soon. I think the show
Next
is this month. Next month or this
next
month? It's in April.
April.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
That
yeah,
sounds
so
like
we
an
should all go see
IRL
him.
hangout.
No, it's going to be, and you should be there.
It's right up the street from
Yeah.
my house.
Okay, over there.
Mm-hmm.
Over
Yeah, over
Challenger.
there. Yeah, over there.
Sure.
Anyways, let's keep this rolling, AZ. So, what else besides 50-year-old women would you consider if I wanted to get more into the mystique of Arizona Zimmerman? What else should I know about you?
Well,
Tell me something. I know.
I'm
all right,
getting.
we can go ahead and talk about this. I know you're super into fucking not just vintage wear, but specifically T-shirts. What is it when you go out?
I made this
When you go out and buy a T-shirt, what are you looking for out of a T-shirt?
Well, here's the thing, man. A lot of them, dude. I don't know. I should just tell you right now. I go to really cool stores.
Okay, what's your
And I'm
favorite
not going to
store?
tell you where they are. But
fuck
what
you.
actually happens is I'm scrolling on my phone and I'm like, oh, dang,
So
dude,
are they
I hope
all
somebody
online
hasn't seen this
stores?
one yet. Some of them are. This one was from an email. When
Guest
I
list shit. Emailing list.
Well, I was going to be a shirt buddy, but now I know I'm not going to send you any links because you won't return the favor.
To a shirt?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you and I should never show up unless there's some kind of business going on. We should never be wearing the same stuff.
You should be wearing the same shirt.
Like if it's a Falcons game, we're going.
Mhm.
I throw instead of sports, I always just say Falcons. That's what's happening here. So
Okay.
in a sports event, you know, we could wear the same thing, but I still wouldn't want to wear the same jersey as you.
All right, well,
Yeah.
here, I'll ask
So
this question.
But it's fine. You
say
wouldn't
you're
look as
gonna
good in
go.
a jersey as I do.
that's true.
All right, say you were going to go to a Falcons game.
Hmm.
What jersey? Let's start first. AZ, what jersey would you wear?
So I haven't bought a jersey in years, and I have two. We're not getting
Just
political
off,
here, but I
off.
might have to change the number of my jersey because it's 45 for Deion Jones.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Great
so
Falcon, though. Great Falcon. So.
we went to
Hmm.
this thing, and it was great. We almost made it all the way to the end of the thing,
Yeah.
and he was a part of that.
Okay. All right. So now, propose the question, Joey. Joey,
Oh.
what jersey would you wear?
I have two Falcons jerseys that I go back and forth from, and it's my Tony Gonzalez jersey and my Deion Sanders jersey.
Hell yeah. Yep. That's a sick one.
Deion
That's a
Sanders,
dope
did
one.
the shoes come back out already?
If they haven't dropped, they're dropping soon. But I did see that they're coming back out.
They're
this
not
year.
like his. He did that thing. I don't know if this was him or Nike that chose, but it's not like it's not named after. It's not like the LeBron.
No.
It's like
I forget what they're fucking like. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't fucking remember it. But
So it's not called like the Deion?
no, but
No.
it's he's
Okay.
specifically dropping the Atlanta colorway that he had when he was here, though.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was a shoe that was already out, and he
Yeah, this
rocked
shoe,
that
the shoe
colorway.
initially came out in like 91, 92, something like that.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Yeah. It's a badass shoe. I can't remember the fucking name of
dude,
it.
you
though.
got good sneaker
But it's-
knowledge.
But it's got the big ass fucking it's got the big ass Velcro strap over the top. They're high top shoes.
Okay.
Y'all be rocking with these things?
I don't.
New
not
Balances?
Really. Not really.
It's cool. It's cool to be. I'm not a dad, but it's cool to be a
So
dad now.
I've talked to Ian about this before. I literally only wear Nike because I have an arch in my foot that's literally like the letter C, and the only shoes that fit my arch properly are Nikes. Anything else is so fucking uncomfortable to me.
You just got to do it. Just follow me right now. You got unclench.
Unclench my feet.
Well, the whole situation.
Oh, okay.
So Nikes are not always super comfortable for me.
That's unfortunate.
That's how I am
I
too. I'm the same way.
yeah, I got some that are kind of like step ups, and they feel really good. But then I read that
Well,
thing
you
about
also-
step ups, and I think
You
they're
also
breaking
gotta
my
find
feet.
your style, man. You gotta find the shoe because every Nike shoe is a
Yeah,
little
but
bit different.
sometimes the style looks and feels terrible on your feet.
Yeah, just wear an Air Max 90. They never go out of style, and they're the most
I'm
comfortable
not
shoe
trying
there
to be
is.
I've tried.
you know,
I've tried on so many colorways of 90s, and they all
Mhm.
look stupid as shit on my feet. Like,
Well-
it's the Sean Weatherspoon ones. Those are like 10 years old now, but those are the ones I think.
All right.
They're like multicolored. They're like yellow, blue, gray, brown.
I wanted to rock a set of Cortezes forever. Like,
Mm.
forever.
No,
Put
don't
a
do
set,
that.
put a set of Cortezes on, ugly as
No,
hell.
Don't do that.
Like,
Don't do
I
that.
got white Air
Tried-
Forces, and
tried
I
to
was like, I
rock a
can't
set-
do this.
Tried
man.
to rock a set of SBs.
You guys wear?
Didn't
Do you
work.
guys not know how to fucking match sneakers to what you're wearing? These
mean,
are all
Well,
very
see, no,
plain
we're
ass shoes
we're
that you
more
can wear with
like,
anything.
know, but
you can wear white Air Force Ones with literally anything.
dude, we have
We're
had that
more,
conversation. No, you can't.
yes,
we're
the fuck you
differently
can.
coded. We're differently coded in our so Ian and I are a little more nerdy white guy, and sometimes it feels a little weird to be like wearing. I do have some dope shoes, and I like wearing them, but sometimes I go places and I'm like, damn. Now that I'm 32, also, I'll be showing up somewhere and I'm like, man, I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Does some like again, am I a dad? Does somebody think I'm just like dadding it up? Not that there's anything wrong
I'm
with
a
that,
dad. I'm a dad,
but
Here you go. Here.
but
This
I'm
is
a
what
rad
rocking.
dad, bro.
Check it out, dude. The Vans slipper, dude. What you know about it, dude? What's the
it's
I
a
don't like
soft
Vans.
Van slipper.
I don't like
Yeah.
Vans. They're too flat, dude. They fucking kill my feet.
Well, all right. So if you get Vans, you gotta go for the pros because they put the little insoles in there.
Yeah.
So I might as well just get Nike.
The Super Cush is nice too.
Well, Nike, yeah, I mean Nike. Okay, so I have a Nike. I have a pair of Blazers, like a crazy
Mhm.
pair of Blazers, regular Blazers. I love those.
Yeah, the all
Um,
leather blazers.
they're the Sakai. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sacai, and they look
Mm.
like you took three shoes and glued them together.
Oh, okay. I
Wild.
know what you're talking about.
Like they have a bunch of heels that they just
Yeah,
like
they make
pasted
they
on the
make the
back.
waffles
Oh,
too.
okay.
The Sakai waffles.
Yes, yeah, they
Yeah,
did a couple shoes with them, and they did like a low top that looks like somebody just
yeah,
cut it with scissors.
yeah. Those waffles are fucking badass. I tried to get a pair of those. The resale on those was a little ridiculous for a while though.
Yeah, I think now it's chiller to go get shoes. If you want shoes, I think the price has gone down.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, because if they're not posting on Instagram and doing coin flips and stuff for shoes, then people don't give a
I don't
shit
know.
about
I
it.
just stick with the
Coin flips,
classics. You
dude.
know, I stick with the Blazers, the Air Max 90s, the Air Forces. You know, I mean, Air Max Day once a year. I do try to get the new Air Max that drops every year. I didn't get the last two ones, but no, I try to get Air Max Day every year.
I do feel like I need to find I need like a skate shoe brand. I think Lakai is still skate around, and I think they do a lot of vegan stuff. Not that everything has to be vegan, but just a cool shoe company. Like when I was a kid, I was skating, so I would get like Americas,
Mm-hmm.
S. A lot of
Yep.
these companies have come back now, but they're just not like quite
Yeah.
as big as they used to be. And
Mm-hmm.
now the market is like seems to have really consolidated to where like I remember when P Rod got sponsored by Nike and me and my
Yeah, I
friends were
had the P Rod
13.
Nikes, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he
those
those were
actually.
huge. He did what
Mm-hmm.
were they are those just SB dunks, like old SB
Yeah, they were
dunks?
SB Dunks. But he had a crazy colorway that had like orange and turquoise and fucking brown in it. It was wild.
So my dad was doing some kind of sales job for like education, and the company was based out of Huntington Beach. So he would go out there once a year, and it was when they had this big surf open. And
Mm-hmm.
so he just like got me this random pair of P Rod Nikes there, and they were just like I think it was the second one he did, but it was this version where they had paint splatter and stuff all over them.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
And some people would probably really love those, and I just like, I think I've literally lit them on fire at one point
Oh
because I
my
was,
god.
I was like 14 and I got a lighter, and I'm like, what the heck? What I ruin all my shoes anyways.
Yeah, so why the fuck not, right?
I burnt a hole in my guitar, my first guitar. This is doing the same thing.
Dude, I went through a
It's
phase when
art,
I was a
Dad.
kid playing with fire. I'm surprised I didn't burn my house down. There was one time I set my homework on
Yes.
fire and I tried to throw it in like a Halloween bucket, and the bucket started
Oh.
melting. Dude, it was wild. And I'd never told my parents about this, but literally, like, I was upstairs, my grandparents were downstairs. Like, they don't understand that I was inches away from burning the fucking house down.
Me and
That's scary.
me and
Oh yeah, I was terrified. I actually burnt my arm and had like a blister on my fucking forearm, and I wore a long sleeve shirt to cover it up until it fucking went away, dude.
God.
Look, dude, I'm burned up right now.
Oh yeah, dude, I got pizza oven scars all over these arms, bro.
Dude, I got
Nice.
hair missing from these freaking fire ovens, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, so
Crazy,
I got a
crazy.
everybody uses Pizza King ovens now, like the electric ovens.
Yeah.
And so they're really cool. They're awesome, but
Okay.
their windows are like this big.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Yep.
And if you remember at juniors, I started saying this after I used any oven after juniors because I could fit my entire body in the oven.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Me and Ian maybe could both get in one. It was
Oh, easy.
huge.
Yeah, those were massive ovens.
And so I got so used to like
Yeah.
what happened to me the other day was I touched the bottom or I touched the top a little bit and then my arm just went straight to the
Oh.
bottom,
Oof.
like a reactionary thing. Ah,
It's bad when like you hit the oven door and you can feel your skin stick a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Oh
Ew.
god.
yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
You,
love
you
the or
feel
I
the
don't
peel.
like we sorry if this is gonna mess up somebody's day when I say it, but the feeling of cutting off a little bit of your finger, like you guys know it. You can feel it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
It's not that horrible, but it's like
Yeah.
weird and uncomfortable.
I've
Afterwards,
cut
it hurts.
I've cut the tip completely off of my finger before doing a catering job.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
nice.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucked. There was it was when Ian and I were doing film catering. We were set up in this weird place in Pullman Yard, but it
Oh,
was like
shit.
dark. it was dark, but we had like these fucking lights on it, like fucking, construction lights on us. And that's how we were supposed to prep. They didn't give a fuck about us. So I'm like prepping in the fucking dark, and I straight up like sliced the tip of my middle finger off. Like blood squirted me in the fucking face and everything. So we call the fucking medic, and he couldn't get it to stop bleeding. So he pulled out this like, this fucking like gunpowder shit and poured it all over my fucking hand, and it cauterized it immediately, and he bandaged it. But it was some of the worst pain I ever fucking felt. My hand was just throbbing. No, he didn't light it on fire. He didn't light it. He didn't have to, because this like gunpowder shit. But the thing was, he was trying to avoid
There's context.
He was trying to avoid it because he didn't want to pour the gunpowder on there because he was worried about how much it was going to hurt. And like, he was right. But he tried to get it to stop bleeding for like an hour and a half, and it just would not stop bleeding.
Jesus
But
Christ.
My coworker was trying to be nice to me the other day, and I like I can't remember if it was a cut or, oh yeah, it was a little cut. I sliced a little bit of the knuckle off, and so he was like, put some vinegar on it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never heard of that. I've done hydrogen peroxide. It can't hurt that bad.
No.
That hurt. That shit hurt.
Fuck yeah, it hurt.
But
Dude.
did
And
it work?
he's Venezuelan. He doesn't, we communicate with our hands and some words and like a little bit of broken both languages. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? This hurts.
But did it work?
I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know if it worked. Like,
did it help stop the blood or clean it or?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't like get infected afterwards.
Perfect.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I've gotten
You wrapped it in a paper
couple
towel and stuck a
piercings.
glove on.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I've gotten a piercing, it gets infected and then it gets clean. And so
you got some good osmosis in you then, dude.
yeah, it's just a part of the healing process a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna suck and then it's gonna be okay.
Gross, dude.
Yeah.
I shower now, everyone. I'm 32. I take showers almost daily.
Oh, nice. Good for you, dude.
Yeah,
So
I'm still
on
trying
that-
to save the earth.
So you're talking about like piercings getting infected. There was a point in my life where I actually had like a second piercing on my ear. And I remember right before I got tired of it happening and it constantly smelling, because that's what happens when you gauge your ears and have another ear that you're trying to gauge at the same time. Like, I remember there was a point where, sorry to viewers or listeners or whatever if this grosses you out, but there was literally a time that there was like a pus bubble on the back of my ear.
Oh,
And,
hell
like,
yeah, dude.
I'm not talking just like, oh, a tiny little like it was literally like the fucking tip of like your pinky finger.
Dude, I would have wanted to pop it so fucking bad.
Dude, I want to know if anyone slept with you while that was on your body.
I
Dude,
don't
the thing
know.
is-
I honestly, I can't remember. I do feel like I was probably with somebody at that point.
I'm
but,
one
like,
of those weirdos. Like, I'll spend
Commendable.
hours on like TikTok just looking at pimple pop videos. I don't know what's so satisfying about them to me.
Dude,
but,
it was nasty. Like when I
like,
finally
yeah. Did
did
you
it-
pop it?
I mean, I had to because I got so tired of the fucking piercing being in there and getting infected that like
Yeah.
I had to take it out. Like there's no, you can't just leave that nasty shit.
Nah,
But-
you gotta get rid of it.
I do feel like it was one of those things when I pulled the piercing out, like it probably just naturally was like, like
Hell
that.
yeah, dude.
It probably
Damn,
happened.
dude.
It probably happened. It probably did. I'm sorry, but like
Whenever I get a burn, I always intentionally poke my bubble. I'm not trying to live
so
with that bubble.
you haven't gotten any like at-home burn remedies from like your 50-year-old girlfriends or anything? They've been around. They probably know some.
So I knew this guy. It was my dad, actually. My dad he did a lot of different random like sales stuff. But he worked for this company that was selling like Neosporin antibiotic. They were making like a probiotic version.
Okay.
And I've
For
never
those who don't
had
know, what's the
anything better
difference
for a
between
burn.
anti and pro?
Like within biotics or
Yeah.
just like generally. So antibiotics,
give us the
this
chemical
is like-
breakdown, AZ.
you know when you watch a video and they're like, this is not financial advice.
Oh, so that's what this is.
This
least you're
is
warning
not
me.
financial advice.
This is
So,
not
This is not
medical
medical
advice.
advice. This is
Yeah.
not medical advice.
an
This is AZ
antibiotic.
thinking he knows something. So
An antibiotic kills the your gut
biotic.
biome, the biotic, and the probiotic gives you more.
Promotes the biotic.
Yeah, like the obsession now. I guess it's like kind of a fad. I think it's I follow it a little bit, but I don't ever know what the hell I'm doing. But
Yeah.
the gut, you're trying to keep the gut happy.
So what's a biotic?
Gut health.
Gut health.
Do you
A
know what a biotic
biotic
is?
they were introduced by Lego in the 90s, and
That's biotech. That's biotech.
no, dude, it's bionicles, dude.
Bionicles. Yeah. There we
Dude,
go.
I was very proud of this. When I was like 5, I got a Bionicle for Hanukkah,
Yeah.
and I celebrate Hanukkah because I'm sad, just like the rest of us. No, I'm just kidding. So I got a Bionicle. I set it up by myself. I was 5, and I looked around the room, expecting everyone to have watched me put this thing together and be like, "Oh my god, you didn't even look at the instruction booklet." But then this was the first time in my life where I walked around and I was like, "Hey, I didn't even use the instruction manual," and everybody was like, "Okay," you know.
No one gave a shit.
Nobody
And
cares.
so my whole life has just been more of those. It's just been a repeat of that vibe.
Yeah.
Yo, check out this pizza. Sick. Make me 100 more.
Yo, dude, will you shut up? Why are you so covered in flour?
I mean, I probably.
It's on all of us.
Arizona, what is your go-to pizza? Like when you're eating pizza yourself? How do
Oh,
you like it?
dude. All right. There's one pizza that's better than all other pizzas, and that's why it is like the first pizza you think of. It's a cheese pizza.
Okay.
It's just so good. It's a
How do you
cheese
make
pizza.
the perfect cheese pizza?
All right. Well, you're gonna need to start with either just so I'm not like being really boring, I like a pineapple and a jalapeno pizza. Um, but if you're gonna make the perfect cheese pizza,
That's
you're
gonna
gonna need
start some fights in the comments, sir. Pineapple on pizza. Come on.
yeah,
now.
dude, if you don't like it, you cool. If you do like it,
Cool.
you still can't have any of my pizza. Um, so the first thing you gotta do is you gotta ferment the crust somehow. Some people do like a sourdough mother. Some people do like a poolish. I think there's a couple different names for it. Basically, a sourdough mother, you're keeping this living yeast alive in your kitchen. Feed it every day with a little bit of flour. Or a poolish, you're gonna just like put some yeast, I think some flour and some water together, let it chill for a few hours.
Okay.
But that is back to the gut health. It's good for it's better to eat fermented breads, sourdough
Okay.
breads. It's just your body likes that.
So does that mean that beer is good for your gut health?
Beer does have benefits for your gut, yeah.
But isn't
I
that what
mean,
like kombucha is supposed to be? Is like that kind of essentially.
Is
yeah,
kombucha like
that's
mushroom
definitely a
beer
selling point
technically?
of kombucha. Kombucha is not, I don't think it's a fungus,
Yeah.
but like I don't so they're both fungi, but I don't think it's like a mushroom, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a bacteria.
Have you guys heard about these there's mushrooms that take over like little bugs and animals? They turn them into
Yeah.
zombies?
So it is like Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
it's a real thing that happens in
Did you see
nature.
the
There's these
zombie
ants
shark?
that
Did
do
you
it.
see the video of the zombie shark like a year or two ago?
Don't fucking tell me
No,
that,
what?
dude.
Bro, that shit was crazy. It was like
No.
it was a
Was
dead
this
shark, but it was
the
still very much alive, just roaming the fucking ocean, dude.
don't they keep
I think it
finding
was missing like half of its body or some crazy shit like that.
What?
Yeah, dude. Look up
animals?
zombie shark, bro.
Terrifying. No.
Why?
Oh, no.
You're never gonna
Dude,
like
look
encounter
up
it in your
dude,
entire
Google
life. It's fine.
I mean,
blue
same,
waffle,
but-
dude.
How about no?
AZ, shut the fuck up.
Nobody's gonna do that. You guys all know it's terrible.
What grade are
It's
we in?
it's what is this? It's been 20 years, guys.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
dude,
it's like
so
if I tell you the
actually,
end of the Simpsons movie, you can't get mad.
like when that was the craze, I actually Googled it, but I had safe search on, and it was just like a picture of a blue Eggo waffle. So
I did actually see pictures of blue Eggo waffles when I it could have been made by anybody,
they could have.
now that I think about
Yeah.
it.
At a
Wow.
certain restaurant that I worked at, we made blue waffles one time as a special for our
Nice.
waffle special.
But I wouldn't
Was
order
it were
just
you working
from-
with
just
Mikey B
from-
when that happened?
Yeah,
The god, or I shouldn't say the god, I should say the demon, because he would like that better.
The demon.
he would. He probably
Yeah.
would.
The Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord.
The
That's
Dark
what. Okay,
Lord, dude. Shout out to Mikey B, bro.
dude. Shout out
Shout out
Mikey
Mikey.
B.
But yes, it was that restaurant. Yes.
All right.
Now that we're talking about waffles, there's something I'd like to get out.
What is it?
If you own a restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and you fucking buy pre-made, like pre-packaged Belgian waffles and you
Oh,
sell
yeah,
them at your
fuck right off,
brunch,
dude.
I am not with
Fuck
that.
right off, dude. Get the fuck out
Get
of
a
here.
waffle maker, dude.
Yes.
Step your
absolutely.
game up.
Honestly, dude, if you're gonna call yourself a restaurant and have pre-made almost anything, you can fuck right off.
I mean, that's a
To an
it's
extent,
like the
to an extent,
authenticity
to an
thing.
extent.
that
To
you
an
gotta,
extent, but I'm
to an
saying,
extent,
like,
to an extent.
of course, like your bread and buns and all that shit can be pre-made, but like certain fucking things, dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't even like when pizza places don't make their own dough. Like we've worked at pizza places before that have their dough shipped in and stuff, and I think that's fucking horse shit. I can't stand that.
I was gonna say, dude,
I
are you
make
outing
dough
them?
3
What are we
times
doing
a
here?
week. Like I make dough 3 times a week, 3 times a week. Like
Yeah.
Just
Hey.
kidding. We love. We're here for. If you want to make pizza and you love pizza,
we love you.
we're here. We're down for you. We're having a
Yeah,
good time.
but just do it right. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
do it. Take some time.
Just fucking
and,
do it right,
You
man.
know, allow yourself to have fun, and it'll be a little healthier.
Yeah. It'll be a little healthier. It'll be better. People will appreciate it more. You have more of a connection with your food. It's more
You
of a
like
labor of love.
you know,
Don't
you get
don't just fucking buy dough and thaw it out and then fucking make it the next day. That's horse shit.
Well, you'll know if you eat a slice of pizza, like a big old New York style slice, and you
Mhm.
feel like shit, and you want to go take a nap. That's because it's just cheap ingredients. It's just they're not, it's not fermented. It's not.
It's heavy. It's heavy
Yeah.
stuff.
It's heavy. Yeah.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Pizza can be like nice, and I'm not saying it's health food, but it can be like a nice light.
Well, I guess in a way,
snack.
there is a way where you can get like you can get
Yeah,
like
you
veggie
can.
pizza. You can
You can do
have
it
all
healthy.
you can have all your shit right there. You know, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of dairy. You got your vegetables, even in the tomato sauce. You know, you can.
But
can,
also, I mean,
you can
you can
jazz
literally
up
make
pizza.
it
It doesn't
way
have to be the
healthier.
worst thing in the world. Yeah, you can make it healthier. You know.
Yeah, you can make a cauliflower crust
Yeah.
pizza.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
you can. You know,
We were
there's
so
many
nice
things-
about that
Dude,
just now.
there's limitless options with pizza. To be completely honest, it's one of the
Hey,
most versatile
shout out
foods.
celiacs. I mess with y'all too. I'm not, Have you ever heard "We Are the World"? Because I'm like that. I'm for everyone.
There's
Yeah.
there's word on the street that there's a gluten-free spot opening up in Terminal
A
South.
gluten-free spot,
It's gonna
like
be
a pizza spot.
It's gonna be attached to a pizza spot. I can't go into further details, but I
I
will.
work at a pizza spot that is right next to a vegan bakery, or not a vegan, a gluten-free bakery right now. Hell yeah, gluten-free.
Oh,
Hell
sick.
yeah,
Hell
gluten-free.
yeah!
Is that what it's
Dude.
called? It's called Hell yeah,
Yeah.
gluten free.
Dude,
Fuck yeah.
so good. Yo, shout out
Yeah.
Hell yeah, gluten-free, dude.
Yeah,
It is
they're great.
What's up, dude?
amazing. It
Hell
is
yeah.
so good, so good.
Yeah, their donuts are good,
Yes.
and I get their, because I'm a veggie boy. I get their veggie sausage, the vegan sausage biscuit, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's great biscuit.
That's also something that said you've been vegetarian literally your whole life, right?
Yeah, so we gotta hit the asterisk here. So I grew up without eating land animals.
Okay.
And I've pretty much never eaten land animals, and I went through a phase in my early 20s where I ate a lot of chicken wings.
Okay.
And if you're gonna
You
ask me my
rebel.
favorite chicken
You
wing
did grow up
flavor,
eating fish, though. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, a little lox on a bagel
Yeah.
on a Sunday.
What's the
Um,
what's the proper term for that? Pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Yeah, people know that generally now, that name, but I just like, when I was growing up, I would tell people I was vegetarian, and they would be like, "No, you're not. What are you talking about? That's crazy." And I mean, we were like 12, but
Yeah.
so
I mean,
just
I
try
tell
to
people I'm vegetarian, and they go, "You eat fish, right?" Like,
Yeah.
no, I
But-
don't.
But AZ, was that just out of curiosity? Was that like just put on you? Like your parents chose that? Was it a religious thing? How did that come to be?
So my dad watch something happen to him when he was 18. I don't know what it was, but he switched up, became vegetarian. I
Okay.
think my mom did separately, and then I was raised vegetarian. When I was like 4 or 5, I told my mom, like, she would do catering, and so I was like,
Mhm.
"Mom, I want a chicken like you cook for my aunt. That would be cool. I want to try it." And so my mom goes and gets a whole chicken and she's roasting it in the oven. And this is the only time this has ever happened to me. But I walked in and I was like, this smells horrible. And I am not going to eat it. We're calling off the chicken. And uh, after that, it just kind of stuck.
Okay.
But
Then
mate,
I got old
what?
enough and girls would be like, oh, that's interesting that you've, and then so, it helps.
Yeah, but like, what made you want to eat chicken wings? Just like being in college.
Um, yeah, I mean, it was like
Like being in that
I
atmosphere.
was watching my friends eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
I had a couple friends. I got a friend that you guys should talk to. I'm gonna suggest him for this. Uh,
Yeah,
my
we'll
buddy
talk about.
Cook.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Um, he's in a couple bands in Athens. But him and like a couple of my other friends, they would just like make such an ordeal out of getting like 30 wings
Yeah.
and some beers and crushing them. And so one day I got drunk and, the right person handed me a wing and I ate it. And then like the next day I went to a wing spot and I got like, because my homie worked at the wing spot. So he gave me like one of those aluminum to go containers with the plastic top,
Oh
just
no.
stuffed, absolutely
No.
stuffed. And I was drunk, because if I did anything past like 6 p.m., I was drunk at this point in my life. So um, I got the wings. I walked maybe 30 to 40 minutes home and like ate every single wing on the way
Oh
home
my
Hell yeah,
god.
dude. Hell
like an
yeah.
Ugh.
absolute monster. And it was
Beast.
awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
Probably was.
All right. Well, we're getting close to all the time we have here, but we are going to have you back. I feel like we should have you back as much as we can. I was going to say
I still
periodically,
have a
but as
lot
much
of
as we can.
things.
I know you do, buddy, but I mean, we could have a 4-hour show, but we have a hard enough time getting people to listen to an hour. So,
Oh, dude. Okay. You're not ready to take it to the Joe Rogan level, I guess.
not yet.
It doesn't get
We will
interesting
be
until
one
like
day.
the second hour, dude. Haven't you heard him talk about that?
Well,
It's when it gets real weird.
I brought a liquid death, dude. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do a real podcast.
Yo, Liquid Death, holler at us. Sponsor us. What's up?
Dude, shout out Liquid Death.
Oh man. All right, but before we let you get out of here, do you got anything else you want to say? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything?
Um,
Any
I
projects,
just
anything
moved
coming up?
and
Okay.
I'm in a new home. I'm still near Atlanta, but now I'm in Decatur, where it's
Where it's
greater.
It's greater.
So shout out Decatur. What's up, y'all? If you hear me screaming, just walk down the street and come see me. I might have a beer for you. We can hang out.
What would you be screaming to get people's attention? Maybe their 50-year-old aunt.
This is worse than when Arthur Smith was the coach.
Oh God.
I'll probably be yelling something like that. It'll be about midway through the season. Like, how did we win 4 games in a row like that and then just turn the quarterback off? Like he has a button on his back shoulder.
Oh, it's so sad.
I'll probably
because
say
it's so
something like
true,
that.
dude. God damn, dude.
There'll be somebody
I'll
just
probably be
running
like-
full tackle at you down the street. Hey, what?
No,
What, dude?
No, everybody's gonna be agreeing with him. Is what's gonna fucking
True,
happen.
true.
Jesus
Yeah, Kirk
Christ.
Cousins is. I don't make rules like this, but I heard that
I
he
didn't
can't
even
go to
want to say
Magic
his
City
name
anymore.
I didn't even want to say his fucking name, dude. That guy's dead to me.
He's banned from Magic City.
I
He's
heard
banned
he.
from
I heard
Atlanta.
he
needs
is,
to get
dude.
the fuck
Yeah.
out. Yeah. That's what we got a problem. First, you got Mariota turning it off. Then we're like, oh, well, we got Kirk Cousins. He's going to save us. Didn't fucking save us. And then they waited too long to play the guy who actually should have been playing the whole fucking season. So here we go. Atlanta's going to Atlanta no matter what you do.
At least Mariota was cute enough for Netflix.
Yeah, right. Right. And I like that I like that Netflix even called him out. I was like, yeah, he's perfectly healthy. He's just deciding not to play.
Crazy.
Oh damn. Yeah.
They got to
So.
keep up the kayfabe, dude.
Hey, rise up, baby.
Yeah, rise up, baby. All right, AZ, we'll do this again, man. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Yeah, this was awesome, dude. I listen all the time. You guys keep listening all the time, all you listeners. They got good info.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
Peace,
Thank you,
my
dude.
friends.
Good talking to you.
All right. So what did I tell you? That's our buddy Arizona. We call him AZ. With him, that's what you're gonna get, dude.
A lot of laughs, a lot of
A
fun.
lot of laughs. It's fun. I think we're gonna have him as a reoccurring guy on our show. We have to.
It would be fun. It would be
Yeah,
fun.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. Ian's cat just took a giant fucking shit, so I guess I'm gonna have to let him go deal with that.
God,
But,
dude, it's terrible.
Yeah. But before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can find us.
All right, everybody. You can find us on YouTube at This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. Again, search This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. On all podcast platforms or whatever you listen to, it's This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian as well. Make sure you search This, That, and the Other. You can find us on Instagram at TTATO Podcast ATL. Again, that's TTATO Podcast ATL. And again, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this outrageous interview with AZ. It was really fun. Again, thank you everybody. Tune in next time. We'll see you.
All right, man. I'm about to go play some Battletoads, bro.
Yes.